In this video, we'll be taking a look at two college basketball games happening on February 23, 2022. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets. As we provide these videos on a daily basis, I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these two college basketball games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start, if you would like access to our exclusive betting picks where we offer anywhere from 2 betting picks a day up to 10 betting picks a day and more, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Now let's get started. Drake versus Valparaiso. The Drake Bulldogs will travel to the Athletics Recreation Center on Wednesday evening to take on the Valparaiso Beacons in a Missouri Valley Conference matchup. The Bulldogs are 20-9 so far and are riding a 3-game winning streak and are coming off a 74-58 home win on Monday against the Indiana State Sycamores. The Beacons are 13-15 this season and are riding a 2-game winning streak after a 74-69 home win on Monday against the Evansville Purple Aces. The Valparaiso Beacons are 13-15 this season and have won 2 games in a row. Valparaiso defeated Evansville by a score of 74-69 in their last game. Valparaiso shot 50% from the field and was plus 19 in rebounding margin in the game. Kevin Taylor led the Beacons with 23 points and 3 rebounds in the win. Valparaiso is averaging 71.6 points per game and is giving up 70.8 points per game against, while also averaging 32.6 rebounds per game and 12.8 assists per game. Ben Crick is averaging 14.6 points per game and 4.4 rebounds per game, while Kobe King is averaging 14.2 points per game and 4.7 rebounds per game for the Beacons. Valparaiso is shooting 46.3% on field goals, 74.6% on free throws, and 33.4% on three-pointers. The Drake Bulldogs are 20-9 this season and have won 3 games in a row. Drake is coming off of a victory by a score of 74-58. Drake shot 47.1% from the field and was plus 10 in rebounding margin in the game. Roman Penn led the Bulldogs with 15 points and 5 assists in the win. Drake is averaging 74.6 points per game and is giving up 66.6 points per game against, while also averaging 35 rebounds per game and 11.7 assists per game. Tucker Deversy's averaging 14.1 points per game and 4.7 rebounds per game, while Garrett Sturtz is averaging 11.2 points per game and 7.4 rebounds per game for the Bulldogs. Drake is shooting 45.7% on field goals, 74.9% on free throws, and 34.8% on three-pointers. Drake is 9-21-1 against the spread in their last 31 games and 3-10 against the spread in their last 13 road games. The under is 5-1 in Drake's last 6 games. Valparaiso is 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against the spread loss and 5-2 against the spread in their last 7 Wednesday games. The over is 13-3 in Valparaiso's last 16 games. The underdog is 4-0 against the spread in these two teams' last 4 head-to-head meetings. According to Ken Palm's adjusted efficiency margin, Drake is 89th in the country with a plus 9.11 rating, while Valparaiso is 200th in the nation with a minus 2.43 rating so far this season. These teams are showing a bit of a difference defensively lately, as the Bulldogs are allowing 63.3 points in their previous 4 games, while the Beacons are giving up 70 points in that span. Drake comes into this game battling for a regular season conference championship, while Valparaiso is in the bottom half of the standings. Drake is the better team in this matchup, and even though Valparaiso has won 2 games in a row, both wins were against the worst team in the conference though, so Drake to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Both programs are shooting the ball extremely well from the 3-point line, as both the Bulldogs and the Beacons are shooting 33% from beyond the arc this season. That is a huge reason why these teams are scoring well recently, as Drake is scoring 76.7 points in their previous 3 games, while Valparaiso is averaging 71.2 points in their last 5 games. The over has hit in 4 of the last 5 Bulldogs road games, as well as in 13 of the previous 16 Beacons games. The Bulldogs should be able to take advantage of the Beacons' defensive struggle. In addition, Drake has not experienced a significant dip in scoring when playing away from home. Given that Valparaiso will look to speed the game up, look for both teams to have above-average scoring nights. So over the projected total is our full game total pick. Washington versus Washington State. The Washington Huskies suffered 3 consecutive losses, which is the first time this season they lost 3 in a row. Still, those losses came against ranked teams, so the Huskies will have a better chance to get a win against the in-state rivals. The Washington State Cougars are going through their worst period of the campaign. They lost each of the last 5 games, 3 of which came against the same teams Washington lost to. These Pac-12 foes will meet for the first time this season and will play back-to-back duels. Each side recorded 5 wins in the previous 10 head-to-head encounters. Washington is 5-0 against the spread in their last 5 games following an against-the-spread loss. The over is 6-1 in Washington's last 7 games. The under is 5-1 in Washington State's last 6 games following a straight-up loss. The under is 12-3-1 in Washington State's last 16 home games. The Washington State Cougars, who sit with a 14-12 record, and they have gone 12-14 against the spread. Washington State has lost 5 games in a row, but they were quite competitive in the last game. Washington State only gave up 62 points to USC, and they only lost by 2 points. Washington State is averaging 70.2 points, while their defense is giving up 63 points per game. Michael Flowers has been the top player for Washington State, averaging 13.4 points while shooting 39.2% from the field. There are 3 different players that are averaging at least 10 points per game. On the other side of this matchup is the Washington Huskies, who come into this game with a 13-12 record, and they have gone 13-12 against the spread. Washington Huskies has lost 3 games in a row, and in the last game against UCLA, the offense could only manage 50 points. Washington Huskies is averaging 69.9 points, while their defense is giving up 72.8 points per game. Terrell Brown Jr. has been the top player for Washington Huskies, averaging 21.8 points while shooting 44.9% from the field. Emmett Matthews Jr. has also been having a big year, averaging 11.3 points. In this game, if Washington Huskies wants a chance to get the job done, the offense is going to need to be good. Neither of these teams have exactly aced their game this season, or even come close to that. The Cougars have been in awful recent form, having lost their last 5 on the bounce. That will surely impact their confidence and momentum down the stretch. The Huskies are also in bad form, but they have managed to find some level of recent defensive depth. They will need that against a strong Huskies defense that is averaging just 63 points conceded per game. Washington Huskies to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. The Huskies will be desperate to bounce back from a devastating loss to UCLA, where they scored season-low 50 points. They know they are facing another rock-solid defense, but this is an in-state rivalry tilt, and the visitors know they must score 65 points and above just to get a chance to win. I know that the bookies are favoring the home side, but I wouldn't be surprised if we get a tight game that could go down to the wire. Washington is playing fast basketball and will create a lot of shots for Brown, and it's up to him to score as many and help us win this bet. Of course, the Cougars shouldn't have problems scoring 70 points and above against a leaky Washington's defense. So over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.